Hello, folks. Um, this is a quick view and a sort of an action plan for Nifty and Bank Nifty for the next week. So essentially, we'd look at this is a 4-hour chart. So if you see, and the profiles that you see are the weekly profiles on Nifty. So we'd look at it from a bit of a swing and a long-term point of view, from a weekly point of view rather, and then see what are the zones and what has happened so far and how do we take it from here. Okay. So we'll start with Nifty first. First, if you look at Nifty, we what is it? What is the action so far, essentially? So if you see, we had this large down day week, and then a pullback, and then this week, which is sort of an expansion, and then we had you know uh, back to back two downside weeks. So if you see the value area, we had this value area, we had this value area, and we had this value area. So essentially for Nifty, we have a value area which is sort of trending lower. So our primary thesis would be sort of a lower continuation, essentially. Okay. Now if you look at the current no, last week's value area, where do we found a very distinct sort of a lower value area zone, which was around this level, right? So this becomes your key point of reference, essentially. And if you see, where did we pull back to? We almost pull back to this small HVN that you see from the week before. We exactly pulled back here and sort of paused. So the pullback on Friday also paused here as well. So this zone around 11,450, 475 becomes your key point of reference. So anything until we are able to get above this zone, we would not be bullish. Okay. So it continue to look for a bearish continuation. Okay. And to what levels? Okay, we would look for prices to at least come back to Friday's low, and if you're able to sort of hold lower, then we would look for a break and sort of break of the last week's low as well. Okay. And on the downside, we would look for targets of, if you see there's an HV in here, so this is your target one, and then eventually this level would be your target two, which is 403, roughly around 13,800 levels. Okay. The alternative scenario here is that we do a gap up, or we hold back and push back and hold above this. Then there's a good chance we go back to 14,600 and in even higher, and eventually test 4,900 in coming weeks if that happens. But at this point, until we are able to clear 475, 450, we do not consider that as a scenario. And the third scenario would be we sort of continue to have another overlapping range one week. We push lower but fail to go lower and sort of pull back and form another value area week, which is within this value area, right? So that is the third scenario. So again, as I said, our if you look at the key levels here, um, I would look for a break above 430, 450 as my primary sort of 430, 450 as a primary bullish scenario break. And on the downside, I would look for a break below your 280, 270 levels for a bearish scenario break. Okay, so we would really look for a break outside one of these two regions, and I'll just color code it because I don't want to mix it with the target levels. So we will as a so yes. So these are the two levels we would want to play a break off, and within these two levels, we would like to play a rotational trade as such. Okay. Coming to Bank Nifty here, again same weekly profile charts is what you see here. So Bank Nifty, I would say, is a little bit stronger at this point compared to Nifty, because we had these sort of value areas, which is bit of an overlapping. If you see, last week, the week before actually, we had these two distinct value zones, right? We had a value zone on the top side, which is roughly this, and then we had a value zone on this side. This week, the core value zone is this, so we have sort of filled this low volume area here from last week, right? Okay, so essentially, given that if this is a core value area, so I would really look for a break outside this entire value zone, in this case for Bank Nifty, to see whether we have a bearish or a bullish play. So which is essentially hold below this for a test to 39, 20, 500, and then 30K. These are the levels I would really look to test. So if we bounce back from here, or we look to get lower, so that is a primary scenario. Bounce 2 is a secondary scenario. Alternatively, for a bullish scenario, I would look for a hold above 850, 900 levels, really to test into your this 30 to 500, 30 to 600 zones, right? Okay, so these are the these are the key areas for Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty for now is definitely more stronger compared to Nifty. So we would be mindful of that. And as I said, so this zone I really want to mark out this zone. We would want to see the break of this. Sorry, yeah. We'd really want to see the break of this zone and for a bullish or a bearish play for this week, which is 280, 250 on the downside, 31,000 and 31, 950, 900 on the upside. Okay, 900 odd levels on the upside. I think that's about it from Nifty and Bank Nifty. I'll keep on the weekly sort of forecast going and weekly plan, on the day-to-day plan going on a Telegram channel and stuff. But please stay tuned in, share your inputs and thoughts as well. Thank you.